Hello Crypto Finder crew, today we're going to be talking about NFTs, metaversey things and all that good stuff. I'm sure most of you will be wondering what the next big NFT project's going to be. We've had Bored Apes, we've had CryptoPunks. So this video we're going to look into a bit about what that could be and what that might look like. To give you a sense of how valuable NFT projects can be, if you take a look at the top 100 most valuable NFT projects, even if you're somewhere like 90th, an NFT of that kind is going to be worth thousands. So we're really talking about a lucrative part of the crypto universe. So if you go to OpenSea.io and look at all of the top 100 NFTs that are listed there, even if you get yourself right down to the bottom into the 90s, you'll still see lots of NFTs worth lots of money. So unless you've been living under a rock, you'll have been hearing about NFTs and metaverse things everywhere. Mark Zuckerberg, of course, renamed Facebook to Meta and has been bigging up this idea of the metaverse and living and eating and hanging out in the metaverse. Whatever you think of that. Also, recently we had Kylie Jenner in the news because she's been trying to buy an NFT for herself, and then the story went viral because the owner of the NFT blocked her and said he's doing it for the culture. So everyone's getting into NFTs, and in this video we're going to do some bottom of the bell curve analysis of some NFT projects to see what the commonalities are between ones that do well. And later on we're going to actually talk to some guys that have launched their own project, and you can hear a bit about that project too, which I hope you'll find interesting. One thing a lot of these NFTs have got in common is distinctive designs. So let's have a look at some of the top ones. Obviously you've got CryptoPunks, you've got Bored Apes, you've got Ape Kids Club, and you've got Sandbox. Here you've got one called Wizards and Dragons Game. Let's have a look at these. So the CryptoPunks is probably the most well-known NFT project going, and you'll have probably seen it if you're on Twitter or whatever. People have been changing their pictures to these things, and it's pretty distinctive, as you can see. Then of course you've got the Bored Apes, which have also been massively popular. This is the one that Kylie Jenner was trying to buy. Then you got this one, the Ape Kids Club. These looking pretty funny as well. Then you got Sandbox. We're just going through the top ones to get a sense of what they look like. Sandbox, you got sort of, there's a color palette there that sticks out. And then here you got this Wizards and Dragons game. There've been a lot of game related NFT things going on, and these are all looking like something, I guess. So they've all got this sort of similar look, like a computery, self-referential, 8-bit Minecraft vibe to it. So that's one thing that the NFTs have got in common, similar like aesthetic. Then secondly, you've got the names, seem to be a very key part of what makes these successful. So normally the names are tied to some sort of meme in the crypto world. So if we keep scrolling down, you've got a ton of stuff related to apes. And obviously in crypto, a big meme is about like aping into shitcoins, and aping in means putting all your money into something. So loads of these are going off that ape name. And keep that in mind for the project we're talking about later, which may or may not be related to apes as well. So obviously you've got apes, then you've got things like bears are referenced a lot in crypto. Obviously you've got bulls and bears, and that's like another big meme. There's a big fight going on between bulls and bears. That's another name that's seen quite a lot. Also, I just want to say this is by no means financial advice. As I've discussed in previous videos, I'm in fact a moron, so do not listen to anything that I'm saying. But the third and final thing that we think makes these projects successful is the hype around it. And hype is built through marketing. And marketing can take many forms, from building a community organically to paying 16-year-olds to shill your shitcoin for you on TikTok.
What's your favorite cryptocurrency? Flamingo?
Yeah.
Is that a cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
Should I go in on that one?
Sure.
Yeah?
No, you have to go on your own.
I have to go in on my own?
I'm gonna go on my own.
Oh, well, you know, if people buy Flamingo, that means it'll skyrocket. What do Flamingo coins look like?
They're pink.
What do you predict the price of Flamingo going to by 2022?
Maybe 21.
For Flamingo coins?
Yes!
So we came across this NFT metaverse project that sounded really cool through a friend of a friend, and you may remember I mentioned it to you in the last video. We found out about the project, it sounded really interesting, and it was when I heard about the name that I really thought that this project, I wanted to dig deeper and learn a bit more about it. And just as a disclaimer before we get into it, I'm in no way affiliated with this project, but I thought it was interesting and wanted to dig deeper, learn a bit more about the guys behind it, and I thought it might be something that you guys watching would be interested in as well. So the project that these guys have built is called Harmon Ape, and so they're playing on the ape words, and their ticker, if you actually look it up on like a charting tool, is ape. So I think that's a really strong thing straight off the bat, that you know, there's no guarantees, but that might contribute to a project doing really well. So I set up a call with the team who've been building Harmon Ape, and I was shocked to find that in fact I was speaking to two apes rather than people, called Abraham Lincoln and Neil Apestrong.
Yeah, well, you know, Neil Armstrong leading a mission to leading all the Happy Harmony apes on the mission to the moon. That's me. What about you, Abraham?
Yeah, so for me, I hesitate to say president of Harmonate because we are a community project. Our community is everything to us, but you know, hopefully a positive force within the Harmonate ecosystem and all round kind of master of memes.
Okay.
Duly elected,
yeah.
So that was Neil and Abraham, and I think that they're probably best placed to talk you through what they've got on their roadmap. So this is the things the milestones that they're hoping to hit through the next month to help grow the project and grow the hype around it, and hopefully build up some sort of energy around Harmon Ape.
So current roadmap, we fair launched at the beginning of November, early November, first week. We launched the token, and actually we've had a lot of response from the community and people outside of the community saying one of the fairest launches they've ever seen. We launched it, gave everyone the time, let people buy. And so that was sort of, you know, step one in gaining trust. And then we've pretty much built out the full tech and it's live on the testnet now for our NFT minting contract. So we're going to launch NFTs, and our designer, Caesar, who's like our kick-ass designer, is currently building those with the similar sort of theme and look that our brand really encapsulates. So then NFTs will launch in January. Probably we'll be doing that over several waves, so to give everyone the chance to buy them really at the opening price and not miss out. And then that takes us up into Q1, and then it's full steam ahead really. As soon as we've finalized our NFTs, ready for launch, just full steam ahead with developing our metaverse and our game.
So one of my main concerns, as is probably the concern for you, is how to tell when an NFT project or a crypto project in general is a scam versus when it's a legitimate, cool thing run by good people. And so I put that question to Abraham and Neil, and here's what they said.
There are many barriers to mass adoption in crypto, and one of these, which the media like to jump on and non-believers in crypto like to project, is it's a scam. I think for me that is one of the most important things. Of the longer these rug pulls and scams continue, the more and more the media can latch onto that. It's really sad to see, because what some of these coins will do is they'll build a quote unquote a community, but really they're just there to pull the rug and take their money. And we were kind of fed up of seeing that. Firstly, because you know it is scamming people, but secondly, it's going to hold back the mass adoption of crypto.
So another thing that I was really interested in is literally how Abraham and Neil went about building a community around their project Harmonate, and here's what they told me about it.
Really, it's just continuing that discussion and engagement, showing our community what we're building, what we're developing, rewarding engagement through giveaways and competitions. And we found that very organically. We've not had to pay any influencers or pay someone on TikTok to do a video. We found that actually the organic engagement is how you build a community, and community is one of the two. Community and tokenomics is central to the Harmonate project.
So basically, we think that this project ticks a lot of the boxes that you'd want to look for when taking a very speculative punt on a crypto project. It's got a good name, it's got good designs that you could see going viral, it's got seemingly a good team behind it that are really like putting themselves into the project and hoping it does well. It's got the meme quality of the ape, it's got the ape ticker. So given all of that it ticks a lot of those boxes, this is the sort of thing that I'd be happy taking a punt on. If you or not, then don't. And now I'm going to hand you over to Cole, who's going to run you through his take on the charts, given his background with technical analysis.
Okay, thanks Charlie. So what do we have here? Ape. This looks interesting. Let's go on the daily chart. At the moment, so it's just bounced off the 382, which is a good sign. That's interesting. Potentially more to the upside. How much has it grown from the lowest point to the highest point? Wow, Okay, so looks like this project has some legs actually, because I'm seeing nearly 1,300% gains from the lowest low that it's ever been to the highest high. Another interesting point worth mentioning is the market cap. It's currently at $860,000, which for a brand new project that only has been going for a month and it doesn't necessarily have any crazy backing, I think that's a huge achievement to achieve in such a small space of time. There's $87,000 in liquidity, which is a pretty good sign. Obviously, they're down 15% in the last 24 hours, but that may have something to do with the overall crypto market at the moment. I think a lot of the NFTs at the moment are down. Let's have a look at OpenSea. We can see quite a lot of red going on. I mean, obviously, a lot of them are going to be in the green, but there are still quite a few in the red. So I don't know if there's a link with that. Very possibly. For a new NFT to sustain a little bit of a drop when everything else is, that's normal. So I think they've done really well. It's bounced straight off the 382 line, which is a good sign. To me, looks promising actually. That's what I have to say. Back to you, Charlie.
Thanks for that, Cole. So basically, it looks like this project ticks a lot of the boxes. That's no guarantee. That doesn't mean that it's going to do anything amazing, but at least as a bare minimum, it's passed our like dumb check of what should be a good project. So it's something that I'm going to keep an eye on, and if you want to, then that's your choice. If you'd like to see more content like this, leave a comment. It'd be quite cool, we think, to get more people involved and speak to more people behind projects, because I think that's an interesting area to look into. So let us know if you like it. But that's it for today, so catch you in a bit.